Meeting to order, please.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 17, 2025. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards in the Township website.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontorero. Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Councilman Feynman.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Minikino.
Here.
President Ambrosino. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we all rise to salute the flag, please, and pledge an allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you accept the reports from the municipal officers?
Of course.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes for July 15th, 2025 meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Minikino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor? And we're doing the Eagle Scouts, or we do whichever one you want first?
Should be.
Ooh, it is. Hello. Hello, everyone. We have a nice big crowd here today. I want to welcome all the officers. And if you would just give us a few moments, we are going to take the first few moments of the meeting to honor 2 new Eagle Scouts here in Brick Township. So I would like to first call up Anthony Duracek. Come on down.
Oh, no.
I maybe should have come to you. This is an honor.
Okay.
Oh. You know what? I'm going to move so he can actually. You want to talk about your project?
Yeah, I could talk about my project.
Are these new to you today?
Yeah,
Oh, that's why. I'm sorry. I would have come to you.
it's fine. All right, I got a little thing.
Okay.
All right, so my Eagle Scout project was to build a new storage shed for the pastor's residence of the First Baptist Church of Laurelton in Brick, New Jersey. I chose this as my project because I wanted to give back to the church because they let us run meetings out of their building for like the past 10 years. So I was thankful for that, wanted to do something in return. The shed now allows the pastor and the church some additional storage space to put things in. It lets them free up space so that it's more spacious. It's a lot nicer to move around in the church because there's a lot more room. So that was my project.
Thank you so much.
That's it.
Congratulations. I'll hold this. You good?
Am I going back over?
Oh, no, we can stand right over. Well, you can hobble right over here. I'm so sorry. This is good right here. Our next Eagle Scout honoree is Jimmy Savern, if you want to come on down. Jimmy's going to talk about his project as well.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jimmy Savern. For my project, I did it actually in Manasquan at my church that I go to. My pastor's always talking about how she likes meditation labyrinths, but there's unfortunately none around in the area. Meditation labyrinth is like basically a little path on the ground that you can walk around. It's not a straight path, it's a bendy path, but there's no turns. There's only one right way in and then one right way out. The idea is you go in with all your worries and then you come out all refreshed. and you can pray and meditate and things like that. So I made it out of gravel, which I purchased from New Jersey Sand and Gravel, and some outline of bricks that were donated from a congregation member. And yeah, it took place in November. That was the construction. It started and finished in November, and I was very appreciative of all the help I received. And I've had multiple congregation members tell me that they've used it and they enjoyed it, and it's still there to this day, of course, and it's still good. It's still in good condition. So, yep, that's pretty much it.
For some reason, there's a lot of police here today. Can I have the chief come up? Thank you.
Good evening. Tonight we gather to celebrate a moment of pride and achievement, one that highlights dedication, perseverance, and honorable service. It is a privilege to recognize the well-earned promotion of one of our finest officers, alongside the swearing in of 2 new officers who will join our ranks. To our newly promoted officer, Sergeant Thomas Cooney, your leadership, expertise, and dedication have set a powerful example for your colleagues and the generations of officers who will follow in your footsteps. With this promotion comes greater responsibility, a call to uphold the ideas of integrity, honor, and service that define our department. Your hard work and commitment to excellence have brought you to this moment, and we commend you for all that you have achieved. To our 2 new officers, you are joining a department that prides itself in history, achievements, and values. We strive for excellence, innovation, and collaboration, and our strength lies in our unity. You will foster community engagement, support one another, and grow alongside your peers to provide the professional service our residents deserve. Your journey to this point has not been easy, and the road ahead will require resilience, courage, and the support of your family, friends, and colleagues. Never forget the oath you take tonight. Let it guide you as you uphold integrity, character, and public trust in every step you take. This evening is more than a recognition of individual milestones. It is a testament to the collective strength, vision, and unity of our department. With a team as talented and dedicated as this, I am confident that Brick Township remains in capable and safe hands. Thank you to the mayor, town council, and business administrator. Congratulations to Sergeant Cooney and our newest officers. We welcome you to our family, and we look forward to the leadership, service, and excellence you will bring to our community. Thank you. Sergeant Thomas Cooney, badge 190. He began his distinguished law enforcement career with the Brick Township Police Department in December of 2000. He initially served on the evening shift, demonstrating dedication and professionalism until 2006, when he was selected for assignment to the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office Narcotics Strike Force. Following his tenure with the task force, Sergeant Cooney returned to the evening shift and continuing his commitment to public safety until 2010. At that time, he was reassigned to the Detective Bureau, where he served with distinction for the next 15 years. During this time in the Detective Bureau, Sergeant Cooney conducted investigations into a wide range of criminal activity, including burglaries, thefts, shoplifting incidents, and crimes against persons. He also played a vital role in supporting Megan's Law registration efforts. Sergeant Cooney will now be assigned to the midnight shift, where his experience and leadership will continue to benefit the department and the community. He is joined tonight by his wife, Terry, and their 2 sons, Finn and Brody. Would you come up, please?
I, Thomas Kareem, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of police sergeant according to the best of my ability. And I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. And I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the same. And to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Next up, we have Thomas Rucco, badge 361. Thomas is a lifelong resident of Brick Township. Thomas is a graduate of Brick Memorial High School, class of 2017. He went on to pursue higher education at Ocean County College, where he earned his associate's degree in business administration. His commitment to public service began in 2017 when he joined Point Barrow EMS as a volunteer emergency medical technician. This fall, Thomas will take the next step in his journey by attending the Ocean County Police Academy. His training begins on Friday, September 5th, 2025, with a graduation date scheduled for February 2026. Thomas is joined by his proud parents, Maureen and William Rocco. William Rocco is a retired sergeant of the Brick Township Police Department, having honorably served until his retirement on April 1st, 2016. If you would, please come up. with the family real quick. And then I'll. No, you're still in. You're still in. Yeah, yeah.
It's like the wedding.
Next up, we have Michael Thompson, badge 362. Michael is a lifelong resident of Brick Township. Michael graduated from St. Rose High School in June of 2017 and is currently pursuing a degree in criminal justice at Stockton University. In February 2023, Michael began his career in law enforcement with the Brick Township Police Department, serving as a telecommunications operator. His dedication and professionalism have made him a valued member of the department. Michael will take the next step in his journey by attending the Ocean County Police Academy, with training set to begin in September. He is joined tonight by his proud parents, Marie and Michael Thompson, and his fiancee, Marissa Tunis. Please come up. It's not a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, just one second. Tom, if I just come. Yep, Bill.
Congratulations, everybody, to Eagle Scouts and the officers. You guys are free to go, unless you want to
Welcome
stay
to
for
the
the meeting.
family.
Yeah. You want to hang out for the meeting, you're more than welcome.
Thank you. What happened? Ah. Once you reach what age?
I saw. Yeah. You guys ready? Thank you. That's okay. And we're going to bring this meeting back to order. This brings us to our consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. 4-1.
Authorize award of contract municipal public defender.
Thank you. Councilman Albanese, please.
Thank you, Vice President Vince, sitting in for
the other guy. This resolution awards an award of contract for municipal public defender to Luann Peter Paul Esquire from the firm Peter Paul Law, Asbury Park. Ms. Peter Paul has served as an alternative public defender for municipal court.
Thank you. 4-2.
Authorize cancellation of stale checks municipal court bail account.
This resolution authorizes the cancellation of a stale dated check totaling $200 in the municipal court general account. 4-3.
Authorize receipt of bids, VACCON parts, supplies, and repairs.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council Vice President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for VACCON parts, supplies, and repairs. These repairs cannot be done in-house due to the specialized nature of the equipment and required training. Since the breakdown of equipment and extent of the repairs cannot be predicted, the township has a contract in place, so there is no delay in the event the repairs would exceed the bid threshold. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-4.
Authorize rejection of bids and rebid ambulance repairs.
This resolution awards the rejection of bids and the rebid of an ambulance repair. The township previously went out to bid and received 2 bid responses. Both met the administrative requirements and compliance with local public contracts law. However, the township purchasing department realized that the bid did not cover body work to ambulances. Therefore, the purchasing department will remake substantial changes to the bid specifications to body work. 4-5.
Authorize award of contract public safety uniforms and equipment.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes an award of contract for public safety uniforms and equipment to 2 vendors, Action Uniform Company of Pleasantville and Galls LLC of Lexington, Kentucky.
Thank you. 4-6, please.
Authorize closeout change order number 1, Brick Beach 3 concession building repairs.
Councilman Albanese.
This resolution authorizes the closeout change order for Brick Beach 3 concession stand repairs contract awarded to George Kutis Painting and Construction, West Long Branch. The closeout change order is an increase in the amount of $5,600 as a result of final as-built quantities.
Thank you. 4-7.
Authorize Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative grant application for the Forsyth Refuge Marsh restoration.
Thank you. Councilman Feinman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution supports the submission of a Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative Natural Climate Solutions grant application for the beneficial reuse of dredge material for marsh restoration and flood mitigation. Phase 1 of the Edwin B. Forsyth Wildlife Refuge restoration was funded under Round 1 of the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative grant program, and Phase 2 is an opportunity to beneficially reuse dredge material to restore and preserve tidal wetlands, which will sequester carbon, enhance, protect, and provide improved flood protection and resilience to Brick Township, and restore and protect unique tidal wetlands and wildlife habitat. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-8, please.
Authorize special events permit Rally for Alley 5K event.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes a special event permit for the Brick PBA to host the Rally for Alley 5K event on October 25th, 2025 at the Drum Point Sports Complex. This event will be held between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Thank you. 4-9.
Authorize special events permit Laurelton Fire Company car show.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you. This resolution awards a special event permit for Laurelton Fire Company Number 1 to host a car show on Sunday, September 7th, 2025 at Windward Beach. The event will be held between noon and 4 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-10.
Authorize special events permit Xfinity Store grand opening event.
Councilman Feinman, please.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a special event permit for Comcast to host an Xfinity Store grand opening on September 6, 2025. The event will be held between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the store located on Chambers Bridge Road. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-11.
Authorize special events permit Willow Springs Family Community Carnival.
This resolution authorizes a special event permit for Willow Springs Rehab to host a Families Community Carnival event on August 21st between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m. at the center located on Burnt Tavern Road. 4-12.
Authorize plenary retail consumption liquor license with theater exception Brick Children's Community Theater.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the insurance of plenary retail consumption liquor license with theater exception to Brick Children's Community Center.
Thank you. 4-13.
Authorize plenary retail consumption license Dad's Bar Corp. trading as Arrowhead Inn.
Councilman Feinman, please.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the issuance of a plenary retail consumption license to Dad's Bar Corp., trading as Arrowhead Inn. Thank you.
Thank you. 414.
414A is an inspection fund release for Block 571, Lot 18. B is a performance bond release for Block 90 and 8604, Lots 1 and 28. C is a performance bond release for Block 379, Lot 4. D is a performance bond release for Block 381, Lot 3. E is a performance bond release for Block 381, Lot 3. F is a performance bond release for Block 702.03, Lot 1. And G is a performance bond release for Block 702.03, Lot 1.
Thank you. 415, please.
15A, 100% DAV widow of veteran deduction at Block 643.01, Lot 190. 15B is 100% DAV widow of veteran deduction for Block 933, Lot 50. 15C is a tax overpayment for 2025 at Block 383.09, Lot 26.
Thank you. This brings us to the end of the consent agenda. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
Motion. Second.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the resolutions only. Yes, sir.
Good evening. Mark Vasquez, 440 Atlantic Court, Brick, New Jersey. Just give me 1 second. Into reference to the agenda item number 10, Xfinity Grand Opening. Mr. Council President, is Heather DeYoung, when cutting or attending the ribbon cuttings, is she acting in the capacity of the councilwoman representing the taxpayer of Brick, or is she representing Meals on Wheels? And that would be my question or comment.
I would imagine it's a councilwoman.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions from the public, please? Yes, sir. Hey,
Mike Calderese, 331 Stinson Road. Anything else? So can you help me out with number 7? Authorize the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. Can you just tell me how it works? Because when I just looked it up, it said something about agreeing to 100% clean energy by 2050. So I'm just wondering, in order to get the grant money for the dredging, like what did we agree to, and how does dredging like help us with carbon?
So the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative has that goal, but
Okay.
it's not a requirement for us to submit for the grant, because if you apply for grants like this and do projects like this where you're restoring the wetland, you are doing work towards that goal. So we haven't made any kind of commitments about doing that or meeting requirements to do that. They look at the dredging project and restoring the marshland as part of that overall initiative.
So it just qualifies for their grant package?
Correct.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be carbon neutral though?
No, it just, you tell them exactly what you're doing and where you're putting it, and to them, that meets the goal.
Okay, and that obviously
That
helps
helps
us
accomplish the goal.
with accomplishing the goal with money-wise. Okay, all right, thanks.
thank you, sir. Anybody else, please? Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
And this brings us to our computer bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $29,621,979.01.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the computer bill resolution. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Abstain Northern Ocean Habitat for Humanity. Yes to the rest, please.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this brings us to our manual bill resolution, please.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $2,226,098.74.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public on the manual bill resolutions. Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. 5-1.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code in Chapter 460 entitled Vehicles Operation of to increase the number of permits for beach vehicles from 125 to 200.
Thank you. And there's no public hearing on first readings, okay? Councilwoman DeYoung.
This ordinance is being presented by the Township's Recreation Committee. Each year, in the month of September, the Township Clerk's Office issues beach vehicle permits for the fishermen to drive on the beach in the off-season. Over the past few years, this has become increasingly popular. Based on that, the committee requested an ordinance to amend to increase the number of permits to 200. This number was approved by engineering, PD, and beach staff as a reasonable number to accommodate. Staff is also requesting that the lottery be opened only to Brick Township residents on the first day. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
6-1, please.
An ordinance vacating a portion of Green Grove Road, Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, to be combined with Block 759, Lot 41, and Block 756.01, Lot 6.
Thank you. Councilman Feynman, please.
Thank you, Council President. The Land Use Committee is recommending a street vacation of portions of Green Grove Road. The request is being made to provide for an access road to a driveway which is shared with a neighboring property. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Thank you. Open to council. Close council. Open to the public. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this brings us to public comments, please.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Thank you. Anybody from public, please? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Deborah Williams. I live at 134 Skyline Drive. It's a 55 and over community off of Herbertsville Road. I just want to preface my comments with that this is not political in any way. This is strictly Debbie coming before you regarding a personal matter and a safety matter. So I wrote this up because I didn't want to forget anything. And my life changed on January 13th, 2025. 8 months ago tomorrow at 10:50 a.m., I was on my way to 11 o'clock Mass at St. Dominic's. At the intersection of Route 70 and Burnt Tavern Road, I stopped at a red traffic light. When it turned green, I moved into the intersection. At the same time, an individual traveling north attempted to beat the red light. So he speeded up at the yellow light and at a high rate of speed drove into my car. I didn't know what hit me. My car was totaled, the airbags deployed, and I went into shock. I didn't know what year it was. I didn't know my address. I was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. I've learned a lot. I learned that in New Jersey, victims are responsible for 20% of the first $5,000 in medical bills, plus the copay and the deductible. This struck fear in my heart when I heard it. I learned that it is beyond extremely difficult to get car insurance companies to pay medical bills, despite significant pain. Now my activities have been limited to only what must be done. I'm here before you because every time I go out, I see red light runners. Every single time. Predominantly on Route 70, going east to Route 34, which is where I go for therapy, and west to west on Route 70 to Cedar Bridge Road. I watch cars speed up at yellow lights and then go through the red. I was told that red light cameras were installed in Brick, but were removed. I think they were removed because people complained about them for various reasons. I'd like to suggest that whatever those reasons were, they were easier to deal with than what I'm going through every day for the past 8 months. I would like to suggest, request, and plead for the return of red light cameras to discourage red light runners. Mayor Crate has asked for ideas on what we can do to make Brick better. Anything that reduces the overwhelming number of auto accidents would make life better. I'm afraid to drive. As for me, I'm on my second doctor. He requested pre-certification for a nerve block in my spine, and it was denied. He appealed it, saying it was medically necessary. It was also denied. At the same time, additional physical therapy was denied, with the reason being it's not helping her. If a car insurance company denies your treatment, then Medicare won't cover it, and I really don't know what my future holds. Please try to make certain that what happened to me doesn't happen to anyone else in Brick. That will make Brick better. Thank you.
Thank you. Feel better.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else from public, please? Yes, sir.
Mark Vasquez, 440 Lana Court. I got some information that I was told that Ms. Joanne Bergen is assuming the supervisor's role for the code enforcement office. Is that correct?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, if that's okay for you
Yeah,
to answer.
that's correct.
That is correct. And did you get permission by the Civil Service Authority to do so?
No, because that was never a civil service title.
So it was never a civil service title?
No.
And are you also assuming the secretary role?
We all help out with phone calls and emails, including myself.
Okay. Can I ask why you decided to assume that role?
No? No.
Okay. Are we planning to replace somebody in that role, or are you going to take it moving forward?
We haven't decided that.
You haven't decided that. Okay, understood. And then we have public committees that the township has, right? And from my understanding, it's not open to the public. Is that a correct statement? Are these public committees open to the public where anybody can come and attend, any of those committees at any time?
What public meetings are you referring to?
Any committee that you've created, right? The Sustainable Land Use Committee, any sublet committee that you've established or you've appointed people to.
That would be up to the committee chairs.
And why are they not public if it is a public committee? Why is that just not standard?
I'm not saying it's not, I'm saying it's up to the committee chairs, so.
So why is it when people have called about asking to come to those committees, they've been told they can't?
Well, who do they talk to?
Whoever's in charge of those committees. So the question is.
I'd like which committee?
So let's talk about Sustainable Land Use Committee. I don't know if that's the specific committee that they spoke about, but they were told they couldn't go to the
Well, there's not a
committee.
Sustainable Land Use Committee, so I'm not sure
Or-
which.
I apologize, I don't know if
That's
that. What I was told was that they called one time and they couldn't get into a committee and it's supposed to be a public meeting. So I'm confused as to why you would even make that statement as to that it's up to the committee board when it's a public meeting, is it not?
I can answer these questions.
Thank you.
I don't know what the Sustainable Land Use Committee is, because I don't think we
Let's
have
just,
one.
let's forget
So-
about that. Any
Well,
committee,
It would be
any
easier
committee.
for us to answer your question if you gave us an
So any-
example of a
any
specific committee and somebody that called up.
So give me any committee in this township that we appoint people to.
The
So we meet for a half hour as a committee, and then we go into the public portion of the meeting, which, in a different room where we have a public portion. So we have a committee meeting, and then we have a full public meeting.
And is that standardized with all committees, that there's both a private
I
and
was
then there's a
giving an
public?
example because you didn't have one. so I
Yeah,
was
but I'm just
providing-
asking, and is that standard across the board, that all committees have a private committee meeting and then a public committee meeting?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so understanding that it is for the public's interest, right, that it's part of the public that those meetings should be public.
That's not
Would
correct.
that, no?
The Open Public Meetings Act requires certain meetings to be held in public when government action is taken. This is a open public meeting,
Okay.
required by law to be noticed and public, allowing someone like yourself to stand up and speak. If a member of the administration has a meeting with someone, that is not a public meeting. If they choose to meet with less than a quorum, that is not a meeting. That is not a public meeting. Official action isn't taken. So there is no legal requirement that that be public.
Is it legal requirement to have minutes of these meetings,
It depends on what. that
since
is.
it's a public record?
It's
within
not a public meeting. It
it's not-
doesn't meet the definition of a public meeting.
So you put the public in a committee, and it's not a public meeting. Okay, I understand. And then, just to
Open Public
clarify,
Meeting
it's not a
It's the
public
Open
meeting.
Public Meeting Act.
So these committees are not public and open to the public.
They're not
So I got it.
public
Yep,
bodies
nope, I
that
got
are
it.
acting upon actions. They don't take action, so they don't meet the definition of a public body that requires an open public meeting.
No, that's a perfect explanation. I appreciate it. And just since I don't know if it's okay, but if Heather could answer that question herself, since you weren't aware whether or not she's representing as councilwoman or Meals on Wheels when she's doing ribbon cutting.
Mr. Keneally, is she allowed to answer that question?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
That he asked earlier, in what capacity she's going to be at the Xfinity grand opening?
If she
Whether-
wants to answer it, she's not obligated to answer. It's public comment. There's no obligation for you to answer
Okay.
anything, so.
I'm a councilwoman in this town
So you're representing as a councilwoman of the Township of Brick, not Meals on Wheels, correct?
at Township events, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jeff Davies, 560 Ocean Terrace, Normandy Beach, Brick. I'm here with a question that deals with police matters. Is there somebody here that represents police, or?
Depends on your question.
Okay, so I'll proceed with the question. So we're rebuilding a house. Our place was wrecked in Sandy. We've owned property there for a long time. And I have a little fear and trepidation about moving back to that area after what I saw Sunday night. So I'm at a friend's house, and there's all these fireworks going off, and sounds like you're at Jenkinson's on Thursday night, just a lot of fireworks. And my friend's laughing, going, "Oh, they're posting this on Facebook." Now, do you guys monitor social media occasionally, or?
Personally, I don't.
I mean, the police department, and see what's going on? Or?
Yes, sir, the police department does track social media regularly and daily and
Great,
often.
okay. So can I just read you what they were posting that night, Sunday? This is what gets me worried about moving back to the area. This is on the Normandy Beach Neighborhood Watch. Anonymous, this is as the fireworks going off at 8:51. My dog has been suffering every night with the fireworks in Normandy Beach. When are they going to stop? So next comment is some guy, usually Labor Day weekend. They commonly are set off all summer long, just like at the boardwalks. And then somebody else chimes in, join the club. We have to medicate one of our dogs because of the blank, I'm not going to repeat what they wrote there, that do fireworks all summer long as they drink on the, I guess on the beach, right? And this is the part that upsets me. Police do nothing about it, so I feel your pain. Not sure how to fix this, but I deal with it as well. So I was just wondering, what is your policy these days with fireworks? Because when I lived there 20 years ago, I would see police just drive by and not really worry about fireworks. So do you think that it's okay to be setting off fireworks every night? If in fact this is true, I don't know if it's true or not.
Right, so we will look to see if there were calls to the police department on Sunday night and how those calls were handled, because a lot of folks will go on and post comments, but they never actually called the police.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's helpful. I would also like to mention that Normandy Beach buffers Toms River.
I'm right on the border, so we
and
could be talking about Tom's River too.
And the Township of Toms River had a township fireworks display on the beach on Sunday night, because I also had to medicate my dog. So these fireworks could have been from.
Where was that in Tom's River?
So they have a Bay Beach, which is just over the bridge.
Oh, down in Seaside.
No, in Toms River. So if you go over the
Okay.
bridge into Seaside, Toms River's right
Yeah,
there. And it's
okay.
on the, so it would have been something you would have
So
heard
this
from.
was in probably conjunction because it was local, 4th Avenue in Normandy.
It was significant Sunday
Yeah.
night. I had to medicate my dog,
Oh,
so.
boy.
yeah.
So, you guys typically would respond if somebody called in,
We respond to everything.
and,
And we have police out there 24/7, it's its own
Yeah, so
district.
you're staffed
So you
well.
don't have to wait for them to come from the mainland
Yeah.
to go there. We have special police officers and police officers that are out on quads. We're out
so
there,
they
we're making
go
a
up and down the
presence,
beach
so
at night?
they do.
Oh, that's good. So, I can tell my wife we don't have to sell before we even.
Well, I don't want to make your decision for you, but
Yeah.
certainly we do respond to every call.
Yeah.
And we'd have to check to see if any calls were made.
And then, do you give a warning? Do you give fines or?
It's
how-
really up to the police officer based on what he or she sees when she
Yeah.
responds,
Yeah.
when they respond.
Now, if this is kind of like they go together, alcohol and fireworks with adults, is that okay to drink alcohol on the beach at night if you're an
No.
adult?
Nope,
No, never, right?
never.
Okay, let's see if I have any more questions. Yeah, I think it's been quiet down there, the curfew, you guys are gonna continue that for the force? Yeah, that helped a lot, you know? So now we just need a curfew for adults, right? Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Yes, sir, Mr. Bacon.
My name is Charles Bacon. Good evening, Council, Mayor Crate, and the administration. I'm here tonight because I learned that the township is preparing to delete a large volume of older email records in what's reportedly being called the purge. I have serious concerns about the timing, the optics, and the impact this will have on public trust. This is not a normal housekeeping task when done during the height of an election year. It is a decision that raises questions, and the public deserves answers. My questions are straightforward. One, why now? Why is this being done during campaign season instead or after the election? Number two, who authorized this? Was it approved by the full council, or is this an administrative decision? Have state retention rules been reviewed? Are we certain this complies with New Jersey legal requirements for record keeping? Was there any consideration of public perception? Because deleting records in the middle of an election year, especially ones that could contain relevant information, undermines transparency. Will you commit tonight to halting any deletion of records until after the election? Even if this action is technically within the rules, it sends the wrong message. The appearance is that the administration is clearing out a paper trail before voters have their say. That's damaging to public trust, and frankly, it's unnecessary. If the goal is simply good record management, transparency is not just about following the law, it's about protecting the public's confidence in its government. I urge you to immediately pause any planned deletion of emails until after the election and provide a full accounting to residents about what's being deleted, why, and who decided it should happen. Thank you. And with the remaining time, I'd like to make a comment. And I applaud this young lady, unfortunately, for what you went through. I've spoken in front of this board back in October, and many other people as well, about the problem we have at red lights. And when I came here in October, it was after we had an incident where 2 people were killed at an intersection at Chambers Bridge. And I gave a day in the life of what I go through every day coming off of Princeton Avenue to go to Toms River. I asked a series of things, recommendations, and I want to follow up with this group tonight. Did any of those recommendations that I gave you in October, have you followed up with the county? Did you look at the traffic records about the delays in yellow lights and how long it takes? Constantly. All the roads that I travel to get out of this town are dangerous. And if you're the first one in line, you better wait a couple seconds before anything happens. So all I got to say is I feel bad for you going through that. I know people that have been killed and injured with some of this issue. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Yes, sir.
Michael Bucca, 654E Plymouth Drive, Lakewood. Everyone up here knows who I am. Every single one of
I didn't catch your name, I'm sorry.
Michael Buca, 6'5". Thanks, Vince. Deletions are a key reason why I decided to come out tonight. This was a very difficult decision to do. I echo what Charlie says about the email deletions. That's fine. That's an administrative decision, or whether it's a political decision, I don't know. But I'm here tonight to talk about my company, Jersey Senior Weekly, a senior news magazine that serves Brick residents in every other town in New Jersey. And a certain individual on the dais tonight decided that had access to my email account, my Facebook account, to delete my ads. That was a decision based on politics, wasn't it? Now, I want to know, was that a township decision, a political decision, or what decision was it? And the councilwoman who I'm referring to is not looking at me, nor would she, nor does she need to. But the truth is that we're talking about erasing records, aren't we? Why erase me? Why erase my new company when I decided to switch parties? Why? Why hurt me, a small business owner who wants to serve Brick residents just as all you do or claim to do? You're all looking at me. I know all of you intimately, and all of you know how much that hurt me as a small business owner who is just trying to make it in this town and make it in Ocean County. That's all I'm trying to do. I never wanted to harm anyone on this dais, as a political person or otherwise. My ideology changed, my party changed. I'm a different person. That's all I am. But that council person who's sitting up there tonight and avoiding eye contact knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I hope you can live with yourself knowing that I had to go through the hoops I had to figure out what the hell was wrong with my account. Excuse my language. Council President, I ask you, are you willing to ask the councilwoman, Heather DeYoung, if she was acting on behalf of the Township of Brick, or if she was acting on behalf of Meals on Wheels or her personal accord when she deleted my ads on a Thursday at 3 p.m.?
So, Mr. Buca.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to have you here and attack one of our council members.
I'm not attacking anyone. I'm stating a fact.
You mentioned her name.
Okay.
Oh, that's a problem for me.
I'm
So,
sorry. I am
that's a
just
problem.
stating a fact. That's something that happened. I just want to know if it was an action of the Township of Brick. If it was not, I'm okay with that.
Those are your facts. I don't have the facts.
I will send them to you and everyone on this dais,
Please.
including your Township Attorney. Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Seeing none, close public. Oh, somebody? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your hand, sir. I apologize. Sorry about that.
My name is Rich Bauman, 33 Kettle Creek Drive. I just got a couple questions about, we live over there on Mallard Point, and a couple of years back, we came to a meeting over here to talk about, they were gonna redo the park over there. And that was like back in 2021. I called a couple of times and I kept getting excuses about, what was the delay? And they said something about the EPA was holding this up. And then also I got certified letters from engineering companies somewhere, I think it was in Howell and one in Trenton or something. And it's been almost 5 years now. I'm just wondering, if there's anything, in the works with that. I heard that there was something but I'm not sure. So, and this, the place is really starting to look really dumpy now. They were talking about these weeds that are growing out, and some protected weed that was, it's really taken over the park. Because 20 years ago, when I used to take my grandkid over there was plenty of beach space there. It was clean. They had, the things that the kids play on. And now those weeds, or whatever they are, the protected grass, is going out almost to the street. You can't even walk, around now. There's almost two sections now because of these weeds or grass. So I was just wondering, what's going on with that. And another thing was Kettle Creek Drive. The end closer to Toonsbrook there. I'd like to know, is there any plan to repave that? Ever since we first moved there, nothing was ever done. It wasn't too bad. But then after Sandy, the road started to dip. We got like a little ditch across the road. It's like, I don't mind speed bumps, but this is like a ditch, And so I was just wondering how do I find out if there's a plan for that? And that's pretty much it.
You have something? Okay.
Hi,
Hi, nice to meet you. So I have been in contact with some of the residents about the park, but I don't know that I have your email within my little chain. So anytime I have an update, I try to reach out to the residents. You are correct. We had issues with the DEP. We had issues with the Army Corps. At one point, I feel like there was some kind of special reason why they couldn't dredge at the time, or so that was the first giant part of the issue. That was finally resolved around May or June of this year. Finally, we got sign off from the Army Corps that we could proceed. So we put bids out, and we had an error in the bid originally for the playground. So that bid is going back out. Once that bid goes back out, we should be ready to roll. I know it's been a long time coming. It hasn't been on the township side. Every time something was required of us, we handed it in, and then it sat up at the state for months and months and months until they got to it. So we're ready to roll. Once that bid goes back out, likely we're hoping in September, we can start rolling the ball on that so that the kids have some place to play in the spring. That's the goal.
Well, not only that, are they still planning on, like, right now there's a dock out there that's really falling apart.
Yeah, that's all part of the
whole plan. Because
Yeah.
we came here for an original plan, and they showed us all these pictures of what they were going to do. So, wow, this is great.
It will be beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, if what I can do is have the Parks Department go out and check out the area, and if there's things that need to be cut down or trimmed, they can clean that up a little bit and take care of
Well,
that.
it's just like the grass that I told you about. I
Sure.
don't know what they call it, but supposedly they were protected.
Oh, we'll have to
I
look
was
into
like,
that.
Just move it. Cut it down, burn it, whatever.
The second part of your question is, I thought I had the paving list with me, but I don't. So if you can give me your email at the end of the evening, I'll pop over, and then I can essentially tell you what the paving plans are, how we evaluate streets, and I can find out between now and when I reach back out to you where that section of Kettle Creek falls on our paving list, okay?
Fair enough, thank you.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Yes, sir.
Lloyd Hasselback, 28 West Pampano Drive. Recently, I started realizing something that's happening in Brick with all these residential houses being turned into LLCs and being rented out to who knows who. There's no control over the occupancy of these houses, and some of them are in strictly residential neighborhoods. They were used as residents, but they have people coming and going that are smoking marijuana, and there's people that live next door. I know marijuana is legal, but people that live next door that have children, and they can't even have their kids in their backyard. And I think there should be some kind of ordinance like they did down in Seaside, where they want to know who owns the house, who they can call if there's a problem, and also they have a restriction of how many people can actually be in the rental unit and the parking. And I think that's going to have to be looked at because it's getting out of hand in this town, and there's a lot of it being brought up by people from out of the town, and they don't really give a damn. All they care about is Section 8 money that they're guaranteed to get from the state. And I don't think it's fair to the people that live in this town that have to put up with that crap and the smoking in the pot, and nobody can do anything about it. Something's got to be straightened out. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Did you have
Would
your
you like me
hand
to
up?
respond to that?
Yeah, if you want, sure.
To the gentleman in back, the town does have a Landlord Registration Act. If somebody is renting out property as a residential property, they have a number of requirements, but they're required to register as a landlord, provide goes through the building department, the identity of who the landlord is, a contact person, and any rental has to have a rental CO for occupancy. If you know of one that's not registered or doesn't have a rental CO, they'd be in violation, and please let us know, because we would go out and investigate that and cite them. The certificate of occupancy establishes an occupancy limit as to how many people are in the house. So that is all part of, it was done a few years ago. I mean, the town has had CO requirements for many years, but a whole Landlord Registration Act for rentals was done a few years ago. So if you know a case where that's not being done, bring it to our attention. As far as smoking marijuana, it is legal now in New Jersey.
I understand
I'm
that,
not
but,
sure. You could bring it to the attention of the police department if somebody is doing it in a public space or a place that's not prohibited or on someone else's property. But if they're in their own property as a tenant or an owner, I'm not sure that's anything the town could in any way restrict.
Well, it's a quality of life for a family that's living here, raising their children. Something has to be done about it, because I think it's ridiculous. If somebody did other things, sexual acts in the next door yard or something like that, you don't want that for your children. You gotta protect the kids, and marijuana is that's a problem, but that's gotta be addressed by the government. But as far as I know of 3 people, I won't mention their names because they're not here and I don't have their permission, that had the problem with the overcrowding, and they did call code enforcement and they got a runaround, they told me. And I could look into that further and I can get you the names, and if they wanna come forward, they can tell you. But that should be looked into as something like that.
Do that. And the township also has a, part of the rental ordinance restricts short-term and long-term rentals.
Right.
And we have specific provisions on that to prevent short-term rentals outside of the beach area. So if somebody's, doing that, that is also restricted.
Because it's just growing and growing. Every time you turn around, it's another Section 8 housing in there, and it's an LLC, which I don't see why it's not considered a commercial use that's being in there, because it's an LLC in a residential neighborhood.
That, as a lawyer, I could tell you that's fairly common. People own real estate as LLCs all the time. In fact, when I handle real estate transactions for people and they're purchasing rental property, I would advise them to put in an LLC for liability purposes. Has nothing to do with anything beyond liability purposes, but is, to say it's common is an understatement. It's almost standard.
The other thing is, some of these properties that they have in the LLCs are not very well maintained. You can see the grass not cut, see garbage all over.
That's a
There's
CO issue.
A lot of stuff that has to be taken care of, and somebody's not looking out for this, for the people of the town. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Madeline Colagiovanni, Iannarone, 333 Hudson Drive, Brick, New Jersey. I wasn't going to get up until I heard about the certificate of occupancy. I live in Lake Riviera. There's so many homes that I knew the previous owners are now having 3 and 4 families on them. And I've recently been going around the neighborhood talking to people, and quite a few of the homes have 3 doorbells on them, A, B, and C.
If they do, please bring that to our attention, because that would not be.
You can ask any of your police officers who live in Lake Riviera that know how bad it has gotten. The neighborhood is horrible. The amount of people, the cars on the roads is horrible. It's noticeable. I know code enforcement has been down there and they say there's nothing they can do about it. How could you do nothing about it when, what is your occupancy? How do you determine that? How many
Occupancy
families?
is based, well, no, there'd be 2 different things there. If you had multiple doorbells, that would be a 2-family or 3-family house.
3 families.
The Lake Riviera is not zoned for multifamily, so that in and of itself would be a code violation if it's brought to the attention of the town. Occupancy in terms of a rental, when someone rents a house, the building department bases occupancy on, I believe it's like square footage and
It is
number of
square footage.
bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
It's a calculation, how many bedrooms, and it's a mathematical formula of what the occupancy of a house is. That's true for any house that anyone occupies, is how many people can live in it is based on square footage.
So,
But whether you have multifamily, that's a completely different issue than occupancy from, like, it's not a different issue, but legally it's a different issue. Multifamily houses, with the exception of mother-daughter homes, which are permitted and legally the town can't restrict if you have multiple generations of a family living together, provided the house is essentially one living unit, has to have one set of electrical meters, gas meters, common entrance, can't have locked doors between the houses, between sections of the house. But mother-daughter conversions are fairly common. But beyond that, if it becomes where they are unrelated family members, that's a multifamily house. That's not permitted unless you have a Board of Adjustment variance, or you have a house that was constructed prior to 1957.
I'm sure all of these families will claim that they're related, because they probably have similar last names. But I do know that they're different families. I know there's like 8 cars in front of some houses, and they're adults. And the condition of Lake Riviera has changed horribly. It is something that is so upset. We're all upset. Everybody in the neighborhood. You can't walk down your block. It's turning into, I'm not going to say what it's turning into, but things need to be changed. Some of our policemen live in there. They know what's going on, and I don't think they're happy with it either. I've called code enforcement numerous times about different things throughout the years. Nothing we could do about it. Yes, there is, because I was on zoning. I know that you can't have these houses. And then when you call the people who are the renters of the houses, who take care of the homes, what do they call them? They take care of multiple homes in Lake Riviera. You will take care of it, they'll take care of it, they'll take care of it. It has not changed, other than to say it has gotten worse, and it's ridiculous. Shame on everyone. Our neighborhoods are terrible. Our town is terrible because of that. We have to do better. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Mike Calderese, 331 Stinson Road, Brick, New Jersey. We say that. I have addresses for you. That's the next story that I'm going to be working on. So if you want Mike C. at Center Cut Media, give me a shout or let me get your email, and I will send them to whoever's involved. But I think I've had at least 14 different emails sent, or addresses to look into, as far as multiple people living in the homes with multiple cars, everything everybody's saying. So if you're interested, I will send you the addresses that were sent to me.
They should go to code enforcement or administration.
Mike, I'll take those addresses.
Okay. So my main concern is my neighborhood. So JF Kiley came in, cut lines throughout the entire neighborhood, left, what I want to know is who's in charge of making sure that they backfill and fill in the asphalt properly to where they don't leave, jumps and craters everywhere in the neighborhood. Because when we wait for a year for it to get done, or however long it's going to be, it's an absolute mess. So if you just go by my neighborhood, the entire neighborhood's a mess. And it seems like, like I said, some are up or some are down. So how does that process work? And do they have to repair it to where it has to be drivable and walkable and rideable?
Yeah, so your neighborhood is set to be repaved by NJNG. They're the ones that came in and tore the roads up essentially. I can reach out to the engineer to see if she has a date from them yet for repaving, and she would be able to talk to you about what the standards are that are required when another utility comes in and digs the roads up.
So once again, though, so it's set to be repaved, and then I've brought this up at many council meetings and planning board meetings and all this. The drainage underneath our roads are very bad as well. So you have a drain pipe that's down here, you have a drain pipe that's up here, you have a drain pipe that's down here. I know that because we had sinkholes in my neighborhood. Okay, so the sinkholes, after we repaved it the first time, they show up like this big, but when they cut them out, they're very big sinkholes. And it's because of how bad the drainage is underneath it. So then when you have, I do this for a living, so when you have those trenches cut and they don't backfill them properly, you're gonna get cracks going through that part of the street again as it continues to settle. So you're already, my point is, all over town, they do this. They do not compact properly as they're going back up. They don't set the roads up properly again, and then you could fix these roads to where you don't have to repave them all the time like that if they just did the job properly. It seems like they're in a rush, and then they leave us with the problem. So I want to make that recommendation because I think when they come in and they repave the road, I think we're going to have sinkholes in another 5 or 6 years because of how bad the drainage problem is. I think we need to get somebody out there to look at that because it is very bad.
We can have our engineer evaluate the drainage in that area and make a recommendation.
I think I have pictures of that as well, of the pipes, because I know when they came by, they did the best they could, but they put concrete cloth on it.
Mm-hmm.
So concrete, if you know it, there's no drainage. So with all the water that's coming in that we've been getting, I have a feeling that that's happening more and more and more. And what's probably happening is it's washing down in, and who knows where it's filling up to? Who knows where it's backing in? Okay. So that's all. Sure. I also have just a quick question. I just wanted to ask everybody if I reported on that DPW story. I wanted to know if there was anything I said up there that was wrong, and anything that you guys have done to maybe address some of the things.
No, I mean, I think we've had this discussion back and forth via email. Your use of the word administration, we're the administration, if there's two of us. So when we had that discussion about retaliation from the administration, I still reiterate, if you're talking about either of us, that's inaccurate. There's no retaliation. We're here to work with everybody in the township, no matter what their role is, to make their job better, to make their life better, to make them want to come to work and enjoy coming to work here in the township. And that's something that we're going to continue to strive to do. With regard to, we talked about potholes, and that was a big thing, not only from you, but I have people emailing me daily for weeks about the potholes. So I am on top of that. I am in contact with the head of our DPW to make sure that that's taken care of, and also our DPW committee met prior to, I think you put something out about this, they met prior to that and had made the recommendation, and since then we followed through as administration to offer time on Saturday for the road crew to go out and continue to fill those potholes, because they were behind because we had a machine down. Now I'm going to tell you, one of our machines is down again. It's not repairable. We're not going to repair it. However, the new machine is already on order, and my understanding is it's due to arrive in September, so we should be back on track. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not still filling holes. We're just going out, instead with the dump truck to do it that way. It's not with the machine. So those guys are still coming in on Saturdays. We're still using the road crew throughout the week.
Can I suggest no bluestone? I know it's a quick fix.
I think that's a temporary fix until they can get the machine back up and running.
Yeah, just
I think
the stone's getting all over the street at this point.
I've seen that, and I know as well for different areas. I will say that, let me get my glasses out because I want to make sure I got this. So today's pothole list is at 176 complaints, which is significantly lower than it was about 3 months ago. In the last 30 days, we have closed 213 pothole complaints, and we have one truck out every single day and 2 trucks on Saturdays, except now the one truck.
How do people complain? Because I don't know if anybody even knows that.
There's a couple different things you can do. There's actually, I want to say 3 different things because I end up being the third. The first is if you go online, there's actually an email that you can go to if you go to the DPW site, and you can click on it to report a pothole. You can call DPW. The ladies who answers the phone there are amazing, kind, wonderful. They'll take all of your information. And then round 3 is I get emails as well, and then those emails go right up to DPW as well. Okay. So I don't know if you get emails, but I absolutely get emails. So I have built a lot of relationships with people who have potholes. As mayor, I would tell you probably 7 times out of 10, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10 because, I'm not available all the time. If somebody calls and reports something, a lot of times I'll do a drive-by to see the severity of it so I could kind of gauge, hey, you should get out there right away, or it can wait a couple of days, but here, sometimes I'll take a picture and send it so they can see how deep it is, or if it's something that needs to be repaired immediately. So I try to be as active as possible and make sure that if somebody reaches out to me, and they've already gone through the other steps, that I want to make sure that DPW understands that, and they do. I mean, those guys are out there. I just want to commend the road crew right now because they have been doing double time. After both machines were down and really nothing could be done for a while, they've really been doing their very best at getting out there, and kudos to them.
So I know I'm obviously over 5 minutes, right? But I have a bunch of other questions. I guess I'll wait for the next one for you as well, because boarding houses and a lot of different things. But just to clarify, when I say administration, it wasn't just aimed at you two. I look at everybody down your chain, right? So everybody reflects upon you. So when I say administration, that I know things are happening. I guess that was what was lost in translation. And and once again, I just want to offer the invite again, Perry, Heather. I know you're running. I would love to have you on the show. Tell everybody who you are. I really don't know who you guys are as people. It doesn't have to be policy. I really just want to talk to you as a human being. Who are you? What about this town? If you're interested, I'll be sending emails. I would love to get all of you guys on because I want to know who every one of you guys are on. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir. Anyone else from public, please? Yes, sir.
Greg Cohen, 111 Redwood Place East. Ms. Bergen, since you are running the code enforcement, can you tell me how many uncollected violations we have and what dollar amount?
I can't, I don't have that information with me.
You're running that department, though, is that correct?
I'm assisting in that department, yes.
So I would assume that maybe what we need to do is hire somebody who can enforce the laws and the regulations and would be able to answer those questions. I mean, that's a pretty obvious question. How many violations are out there? What is outstanding in collecting in fines?
Mr. Cohen, I'm not going to have you stand here and attack the administrator. If
I'm-
you have,
I'm not-
listen.
I am
listen,
not attacking.
If you have legitimate questions, feel free to email her. You can't expect Ms. Bergen to bring every single piece of information to every meeting. If you ask the question, she'll be more than happy to get back to you with the answer.
I'm a director of a department. I can tell you everything in my budget. I can tell you
I'm
everything's
sure.
outstanding.
Just one department.
She's chosen to take
No,
on.
no, I'm asking,
she's
you
chosen to
said
take on
you
the
direct
management
one
of that
department. She has a host of departments she takes care of,
She
okay?
can answer for me also, and I'm reading on Facebook that we've got people contacting this department, and they're being treated incorrectly. They're being treated nasty, is what we're being told. It's right here on Facebook. Do you have an answer as to why the staff is not treating people with respect?
This is why I don't deal with Facebook.
Well, you know,
I'm trying to be honest with you. I
well,
don't,
if this is
can't
what
you
was
believe
posted-
everything you read?
I can believe this because I know the person who posted it, and I know what the situation is, which is the same situation somebody else brought up about renters. We have an absolute problem in this town. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Yes, sir. Mr. Vasquez, I'd ask that you make it quick because you had your 5 minutes already,
I
okay?
will make it very quick.
Thank you, sir.
Mark Vasquez, 440 Lonic Court. A couple things. Number one, I think it was inappropriate for you to stop Mr. Buca's comments, whether you like them or not. The question
No, it
is...
had nothing to do with his comment. It had to do with he was attacking
let me
a
finish.
member.
Let me
He
finish.
didn't mention names, and then when he did, I have to stop him.
Let me finish. If there was political retaliation by a sitting council member of this town to attack a small business, that is a concern that could be brought up, and if you don't like it, I understand. The same question goes to Joanne Bergen. If Joanne Bergen can't answer it, or you don't allow Joanne Bergen to answer because it's your meeting, that's understood. But if he's asking a question to simply get an answer, right, the obvious thing here is that Joanne Bergen is in charge of code enforcement, and there seems to be issues with people not enforcing code. So what's going on here if this person's in charge? But why is she in charge and not hiring somebody when someone should be there, and so that she can manage the rest of her job and responsibilities? The other part of it, too, is that I find it crazy that Mike Calderese knows and is speaking to people who says that they're scared to speak out because of retaliation. So who's in charge? Joanne Bergen and Mayor Craig. So when they're saying no, and then we saw the same press release where they told the public that there wasn't any issues with rodents here, and then you have people from the township talking, that work here saying there is, that's an issue, right? Again, while you may not like it, it is free speech, it's protected by the First Amendment. If I call you a loser, that you would have to eat that. So please, respect us because this is the public. Now, you may not like it, sir.
So I understand. You can call me that. I'm not
I'm
thin
not, and I don't think you're a
skinned,
loser.
but-
Please
but
don't, that's
listen,
not what I'm trying to say.
That's okay.
You're a good
But
guy.
Listen,
but
while I'm running the meeting, nobody will attack the members of this council.
nobody was
And
attacking anybody.
Listen, he was fine.
The question.
He was fine until he mentioned her name. As soon as he mentions a name, I have an issue with that.
So was there political retaliation by this?
No, I don't know. Mr. Buca said he was going to send me the information. I have no idea.
Okay, so if Mr. Buca is making a statement in public to say that this council person, who obviously is taking a very big stride never to look up when he was talking, right, obviously knows that she doesn't like him, right? She's showing the same, if you're calling it disrespect, she's disrespecting the public. She did it when Mike Calderese was standing up here. Only look to glance and come back down, whatever she's doing. There's no way that she's spending every single council meeting looking down on a piece of paper to write notes. There's no way. Or you're texting somebody or you're not paying attention, so why be councilwoman, right? That would be my question. But I'm getting frustrated with the fact that we're the people, the First Amendment protects our ability to say what we need to say in a public meeting, and that people think, oh, like, I don't like it, because it's something that I don't like to hear. If she's not doing her job, then someone needs to get fired and replaced.
And that's
If she doesn't want to be councilwoman, step down.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? No, you had your 5 minutes, sir, twice. No. Yeah. but If you make it very brief. And you're done, Mr. Vasquez, okay?
Mike Calderese, 331 Stinson Road. Now, the things that were posted on Facebook were by me, and I'm telling everybody on this council that if you had the meetings I've had and you talk to the amount of people I have, everybody, including some of the administration, have asked me to keep their name out of it because they all fear of losing their jobs. That is a fact, and I know that everyone was trying to find out who told me this stuff. I had many different conversations with a lot of different people. So that is absolutely 100% happening, and I hope you guys get down to the bottom of it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen.
Sure, I'll make a comment if you'll indulge me for a second. So, as the council knows, the Township Business Administrator often steps in to assist in supervising positions in departments in transition. I've been the purchasing agent, the recreation director, the preschool director. I also assist in the building department and the DPW call center. I've built a career on hands-on support of township staff as they serve the public. We have 4 code enforcement officers that are hard workers, that take pride in their work. All complaints that are made to the Township Code Enforcement Department are investigated, and we make sure that we follow the law. So there are times when there are people that don't like our answer or don't like the fact that our hands are tied in certain ways, but we do try to explain it. So if there are specific complaints about specific addresses, 262-1033, we'll investigate and certainly explain what we can and what we can't do and the times that our hands are tied. Otherwise, we investigate and we address all complaints.
Thank you. Mayor?
Thank you. I have a couple of things. The first being that this is a great township. We have great people living here. We have great neighborhoods. Every little neighborhood has its own personality, and I love visiting each neighborhood, and I think that the people generally living in these neighborhoods are happy with Brick Township, and if they're not, then we are happy to take their complaints and work with them to make sure that their quality of life is met and they are happy living here. The second thing that I want to point out is that Joanne Bergen started working here under Mayor Ducey. I know Mayor Ducey hired Ms. Bergen. I work with a lot of different towns. I work with mayors from Point Pleasant Beach, Maniloking, Bay Head, Berkeley, Toms River, Lavalette, Seaside Heights, Seaside Park, all of these mayors on the Barrier Island I work with. And I work with other BAs through those mayors. And every single one of those mayors says on a regular basis how lucky we are in Brick Township to have Joanne Bergen. She knows everything. She knows the law. She knows how every department works. And she's a professional. And anyone who says anything otherwise is incorrect.
Thank you.
I'm not done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The last thing I'd like to say is 2 of our officers over the last month, Officer Turin and Captain Catalina, lost their partners. Well, sorry. Captain Catalina lost Duke, and Officer Turin lost Vader this morning. Those were 2 of our canine officers, right, who worked in this township for years with our officers alongside not just our officers, but alongside kids in school. They were great service dogs, and I just want to send my condolences out to both of those officers and everyone on the force who worked with both Vader and Duke, because anybody that's been to the farmer's market knows Vader. Anyone that's been there has known him. Anyone that's gone to Trunk or Treat knows Vader. Anyone who has been to different events at schools knows Vader or Duke. Both of those dogs were very present in our community, and they were really a part of the force. So I just want to send my condolences out to both of those officers. Those dogs were truly their partners for many, many years, and we are sorry that they're no longer with us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Keneally.
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Madam Secretary.
No, thank you.
Councilman Albanese.
Just want to congratulate the Cooney on the promotion and the 2 officers that got sworn in. And my condolences for the 2 dogs that lost their lives.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Thank you. I also would like to congratulate the officers and also thank all of the employees. This past week we had a few events. We had National Night Out, which is run by our police and our recreation department, and of course all the other departments chip in. Building and grounds, we have recreation, parks, DPW, everybody chips in for those events, and it's a really, really, National Night Out is a great family event. Also Wednesday we had Traders Cove, the Basso Brothers played. This coming Wednesday, tomorrow, we actually have Back in Time coming to the Traders Cove concert series, and they do a great job putting on the show and really enjoy seeing everybody's faces out there. And then we had our PBA car show. This is the first year that the PBA took over and fully ran the event, and they did such a great job. There were cars just coming in after car after car after car, and we really had a great time. And I want to congratulate all of the winners of all the trophies of the cars that won. I know the Mayor's Trophy went to a candy apple red 57 Chevy that he restored from basically nothing. He explained to us how he restored it, and it was beautiful. White leather interior, black or red accents, and I don't know a lot about cars, but from what I understand, the body was straight as an arrow. That's what they told me. But it was beautiful, and I want to congratulate everybody and thank everybody for putting on such a great week of events for the township. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Feynman.
Thank you, Council President. I had a blast at National Night Out. I thought it was a really cool, fun event. My family enjoyed their time. I met 2 young ladies, Reggie and Terry, who are part of Brick Senior Services. Took a long time to remember their names, but Reggie was on the left and Terry was on the right. So if you're home watching, I remembered. They're so sweet, though, and so knowledgeable. And what they reminded me about Brick Senior Services is that if a person is homebound or cannot physically make it out, you can call them and they will make arrangements to do a home visit. And they could help you fill out Medicare applications or any other applications for any other programs. I think that's really awesome. You do need to be 60 or older. So I'm sorry, Perry, you have about 15, 20 years before you're eligible. But they could be called, they could be reached at 732-920-8686. Stay safe and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Travers.
Another township event that's really great that my husband took my oldest to last week was the family camp out at Windward. It was really cool. He got to watch E.T. and they sat out in the car and then they slept over at Windward, which was great. And I look forward to going to that next year. And then congratulations to the Eagle Scouts and the promotion for the police officer and our 2 new officers. Thank you.
Thank you. So I usually don't have much to say other than the next meeting is this day, but congratulations to the Eagle Scouts. It was impressive. I'm glad that young man didn't fall down with the crutches. Congratulations to the officers. So let me reiterate a little bit on what the mayor said about Miss Bergen. So I know Miss Bergen for a little while now, and I take the time to get to know people and to appreciate what they do. So what she does behind the scenes is remarkable. So who doesn't know me, I was a business agent for Teamsters. I was a business agent and a Teamster for 35 years. It's a long career. In that 35 years, I've had and I've represented Lakewood, Toms River, Brick, supervisors, Howell, Beechwood, Stafford, all Ocean County towns, and all over the state. But in Ocean County, those are most of the ones I've represented as a union rep. I can't tell you the countless numbers of times mayors and other business administrators asked me to make the introduction to Mrs. Bergen because who she is and the remarkable things she does in this town. This is a great town. People want to mirror this town because of what we do here, whether it be the police or DPW or anything else. And I'm not thin-skinned where I'm sitting up here and think I don't like what somebody said. You say what you want. It's your 5 minutes. But when it becomes disrespectful, then I have an issue with it. My whole life, I don't like bullies. I won't tolerate a bully. So if you're going to come up here, you say what you need to say, but do it with respect. And if I'm sitting in this chair, we will not attack anybody in this room. I won't let another public person attack another public person either. It's not going to happen on my watch, okay? So again, the next meeting is September 9th, 7 o'clock here. Please come, bring your 5 minutes, say what you need to say, and let's have an orderly meeting every time we come here, okay? Thank you. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion. Meeting